Alrighty, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed. 21 subscribers. We are officially a family. I appreciate everyone who's watched my videos, who's been supporting, and who has subscribed. So today's video is going to be more of a sit down. Fair warning, I'm going to be sitting here talking, so if you care to watch. If not, then, you know, go on about your day. But I will be talking about my firstborn that I lost during labor. And this topic is a bit sensitive for me, but I feel that over the years I've managed to learn how to cope and talk about it. I'm getting teary-eyed now. This is something I'd hoped to have done with the father of my kids, but under certain circumstances that won't be happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do it on my own. A lot of people have been waiting for it. So yeah, I just want to start off by saying, due to legal reasons, I can't go, you know, too into details about what it is that happened. I can kind of give you, you know, a little brief explanation. Nothing too like detailed really. And again, that's just for legal reasons. I was 17 when I had her. I was 37 weeks and 4 days. So for many of you who don't know, 37 weeks is considered full term. So your baby can be born with no problems or complications or anything like that. And so yeah, I was 37 weeks and 4 days. So 2 days before that, I had been like bouncing on trampolines and going on long walks because I was just so anxious to have her. So I just was doing anything I could possibly do to get her to come out. So I woke up July 31st, 2014 in the morning, and I went to the bathroom, and I noticed that my mucus plug had came out. And the mucus plug is kind of sort of like the first step of you going into labor. So your mucus plug comes out, then you start spotting, then your water breaks, and then, you know, after several hours contracting and stuff like that, you push the baby out. So you know, that happened. And you can't go to the hospital till your contractions are about 2 to 3 minutes apart. If they're more than 2 to 3 minutes apart, then they'll just send you back home. And I am a high-risk pregnancy patient. I have diabetes. I've had diabetes since I was 11. So all of my pregnancies are high risk, and they're pretty complicated. I have to see a lot of high-risk doctors and stuff like that. So my pregnancies don't come easy. So yeah, so I was like, okay, well, I can't go until my contractions are like close together. So I'm just, you know, walking around the house and contracting, and I'm asking my sister-in-law at the time, like, what do I do? You know, she's had kids before, and she's like, okay, well, if your contractions are close, go to the hospital. So I'm like, okay. All right, so they finally got close, and we go into the hospital. I'm excited, but at the same time scared. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a new mom, first time mom. Like, I do not know what's going on, you know, kind of just have the gists of what happens when you go into labor. And so yeah, they check me in, you know, put the IV in, put the gown on, they hook you up to the monitor and everything. And I'm like excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a very sensitive topic, like I said before. Just kind of had to take a minute for myself there. But yeah, so they hooked me up and did everything, you know. I'm laying there, I'm like, okay. My contractions were, I mean, they were like back to back to back. Like, they were like, oh my God, like you're in active labor. And I'm, oh my gosh, you know. Any first time mom would just be excited. Like you don't necessarily think that something's going to go wrong, you know, because in your mind you think you're in a hospital, you're with doctors, nurses, people who have gone to school, who are trained to know how to deal with certain things. And so I'm in labor. I got to the hospital. I believe it was like at 7 o'clock. And my doctor came in and saw me in the morning. And he saw me once and then left to go to his office. Now, again, I'm a first-time mom. I'm thinking this is normal. You know, his office was right next to the hospital. So I'm like, okay, he's right next door. Like, there's nothing, you know, if anything, like, he will rush over here. So the father of my kids and his mom were there with me. My mom was with my dad. And everything was going so smooth at first, you know. And then he left because he had his final driving lesson with his instructor. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. You'll be back before she's born, you know, like everything is cool, you know. And his mom was there with me. Very supportive. She's been so supportive, you know, all these years, 6 years. And then I'm finding like, oh my gosh, I need my epidural. I can't take this anymore. Like, I went maybe about an hour and a half. And then I was like, I just need my epidural. I don't want to feel this anymore. So yeah, they gave me my epidural. And once you get your epidural, you are numb from the waist down. So I was numb. I was just laying there. And a nurse comes in. They administer something called Pitocin. It's used to speed up your labor. And due to legal reasons, I can't get too into detail. But one thing I can say is after a while she came in and said, okay, everything's going smooth, so we're just gonna turn down the heartbeat monitor and I'll be monitoring you from out there, out in the little nurse station. Again, I'm a first-time mom, so I'm thinking turning down the heart monitor is no issue, no problem. Like, they do this all the time. So legal reasons, I can't go too much into detail, but the heart monitor gives off an alarm when the baby's heartbeat drops to a certain point. And that alarms the mom that something's wrong. And I didn't hear that. I didn't get to hear that because she had turned it down. And I had no way of knowing. Again, I've had my epidural. I'm sitting in the bed numb. I can't move my legs. I can't. So, like I was saying, I was laying there basically, you know, immobile. Like, I couldn't do anything because I could just get up and turn the machine up. But then again, I didn't know. And long story short, my daughter should have been delivered at 12 that day. And I was finally rushed into emergency C-section at 6 in the afternoon. So my daughter suffered for 6 hours. Without me knowing. And it's, you know, being a first-time mom, you can't think of it any other way as to, I should have known better, you know, but I didn't know better. I was a first-time mom. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know, you know, I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to keep an eye out for. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I was simply clueless. I didn't know, you know. I'm thinking I'm in the hands of experts and people who have gone to school and who are trained to do this, and, you know, I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm good, you know. So I was rushed in for emergency C-section, 6 in the afternoon. My daughter was born lifeless. She weighed 6 pounds, 8 ounces. She was 18 inches long. Perfectly healthy. Healthy baby. Nothing was wrong with her. She was healthy. Completely healthy. And it was really hard coping with that. Please don't laugh at me, y'all. I'm crying in here. But I told myself I wouldn't cry, but hello, obviously, like, it's hard. But it was complete negligence on the hospital's part. And all I can say is I don't wish that pain on any of my enemies. Anybody I've ever hated, anybody. I don't wish that on anybody. Like, I do not wish that on anybody. It's the worst thing you could possibly go through. Carrying a child for 9 months. Going into labor, feeling all those kicks, movements, everything, listening to the heartbeat, going into labor, and going home without a baby. I feel like that would emotionally mess anybody up. Mentally, emotionally, physically, going home without a baby. It's just, no one ever expects to go into a hospital pregnant and come home without a baby. That just doesn't sound right. It doesn't sit well. It doesn't go well with the idea of being. So it kind of just, I was 17 years old at the time. I was young. No one gave me the 411 on being a new mom. So I feel like there's a lot more that I could have known. I feel like as a first-time mom, you should be educated to look at certain things and look at certain signs and kind of know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? Expect the unexpected. Always. It's never going to go how you expect it to go. And I think I learned that lesson that day. It's been 4 years. It'll be 5 years this year since we lost our daughter. It's been a emotional roller coaster.
I think this is so weird.
anything like that would crush a couple. It's gonna test your relationship. It's going to affect everything. I mean, I was doing everything. I was drinking, I was smoking, doing both at the same time. I just didn't want to feel. You know, I didn't want to come to terms with the fact that I was a mom without a baby. Because I was a mom. I was a mom. And almost 5 years later, and as y'all can see, it still hurts.
Mommy, look, I find this stinky slime.
Yeah, you did. And now I'm blessed to have 2 and expecting another one. But having more kids doesn't replace the one you lost or anything like that. No amount of money in the world could replace my daughter or make me feel better. You know, I had a physical connection with her, mentally, emotionally. We were connected. We were one, you know. And
don't lock me in the door. Don't lock it there. Don't lock it.
Okay, I won't lock it.
There's not funny.
I'm sorry.
Easy. Mommy.
Yes. So my video is going to be 2 parts. It's about 30 minutes long. So that is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Maybe tomorrow or on Tuesday. I will post it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you come back to watch part 2.